Welcome to Sports Jam!
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now. We got a real show going down. Welcome to the Sports Jam. It's your chance, talking rant. It's the Sports Jam. All right. Hey man, you can't get in your net.
Hey Region, welcome to the Sports Jam here on AM 1230 WJOB. Mike Zajac here in studio along with Joe O'Rourke.
Interns there.
Interns.
A couple more weeks. This is the start of the second to last week we had.
Do I not get introduced, Mike?
Oh my gosh.
And we have Sam Sapita as well.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
Sam, you're
even
gonna
though
be
not
here?
acknowledged.
You gonna be here the rest of the summer? That's when we leave?
For the next 2 weeks is the plan, so you get 2 more weeks of awesomeness, it seems.
So once we leave, you're leaving? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't stand to be without you guys.
Right. Well, except for today when you went and got lunch without me.
Ooh.
Not cool. That was not cool.
Mike thought I was in the bathroom for like 25 minutes.
I waited for like 15 minutes. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait till Sam gets out. We'll go to lunch.
Some people have problems. They have to be in the bathroom for a while, you know?
And then I went to the bathroom.
Right.
I just happened to have to go. I wasn't searching. And I was like, all right, he's definitely not in there. So I asked the people in the office where he was. And Pat's like, oh, yeah, he went out to go get some lunch.
Yeah.
Said, cool, dude.
Did you guys have a great weekend?
It was rather great.
I did. I had a pretty good weekend.
What'd you do?
What did I do? I went to
I know what you did if you don't remember.
What did I do?
No.
Went to buddy's house Friday. Went to, grad party Saturday.
Same here.
Saturday was a long day. It was a college grad party, too, so
Those are always fun.
adult beverages were served.
Absolutely.
Real good time. Then went out to the bar. And then yesterday just kind of hung out with a friend, and that was it.
No Pierogi Fest?
Actually, I did go Pierogi Fest on Friday.
So did I.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, I was going up there. I called you.
Went and saw the parade. Went and saw Jed in his babushka attire pushing.
Are you serious? Can we get a picture of that?
I have video of it on my phone.
Oh
I
gosh.
took like a 30-second video, and I'm holding it against him in case anything happens here.
I'm sure he looks ridiculous.
I got video evidence.
I was wearing one, but it was on Snapchat, so you can't see it
You
anymore.
were wearing what?
A babushka
Really?
for about 5 seconds.
You weren't even in the parade, were you?
No. Some lady was around, and I said, "Hey, let me put that on," and yeah, I put it on. Somebody did a Snapchat photo, so it's no longer you can't see it anymore.
Actually, while we're talking about that, I want to give a shout out to Harlow, who got me a spot at his laundromat to park.
Yeah.
My friend Melissa and I got to park there. Prime location. His laundromat is right. It's called Tempera. It's right on 169th. Was that the parade route? I think.
I thought it was 119.
119th. Yeah. 119th. And it was perfect. We had seats right there. They actually had extra seats for us.
Right.
So we got a perfect spot, and we did not have to camp out the day before. It was pretty great.
I'm sure a few did.
Yeah, people really were.
Really?
They were camping out the day before,
Wow.
like dropping chairs and, I don't know, tying them to poles and whatever. And, yeah, but we got there an hour before the parade started, had great seats.
See, Friday night I got there after the parade,
Real
and I
good
got lucky.
pierogies.
What's that?
Said real good pierogies, too.
I only had one. I'm not a big pierogi fan.
One pierogi
one
or
pierogi.
one? Really?
One pierogi. I'm Slovak and a Polish. You'd think I'd like pierogies, but I'm not. But I got lucky with parking. I parked by my grandma's house, right in her garage, so I was good to go.
Yeah, I parked even closer. So take that.
Yeah, take
You got a
that.
competition going
It
for
is.
parking?
There was.
And I won, so.
Seems there was a big argument on Friday about parking at the Pierogi Fest. So.
Yeah, and I was talking about how I think I've been to Whiting one time in my
Yeah.
life. That was to go to an Oilman game. Other than that, I had no idea where I was
Right.
going. But anyway, Harlow helped me out, so thanks. Thanks, Ron Harlow. See you soon. White Sox got swept this weekend by the Royals. Pitching continues to do well for the Sox, while the offense continues to be just garbage. Absolute garbage offense.
Adam Dunn had a home run, right?
He did. He hit his 25th home run.
That's all he does.
Pretty much. He hit his 25th home run. His average is steadily at like 212, which is not too bad
Not
for
bad,
him.
exactly.
The starting pitching for the Sox combined this weekend to have an 0-2 record, 22 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 18 hits, a 1.98 ERA, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts. The pitchers dominated, and they lost all 3 games. Their offense is just so bad. Chris Sale, complete game, allowed 1 run, 7 Ks, a couple hits, a walk, and he lost. He just cannot buy a win on this team, except in the All-Star game, apparently. That's the only time he can get a win this season. Alex Ramirez raised his average to 282 this weekend. Hopefully that'll help his trade value a little bit, and someone like the Cardinals can come knocking. The Miami Marlins had a good weekend, though, so the Sox are now just a half game out of the number 2 pick in the draft, still 6 games behind Houston. While the Cubs, on the other hand, they had a good weekend.
They're fabulous. They swept the San Francisco Giants.
First time in San Fran since
1993.
So it's just like the Cubs. So when they would try to get a high pick, they would start doing good.
I'm glad. They're 48 and 55.
Why?
7 games.
Why would you want them to win?
Improvement. Improve.
You want them to get a higher draft pick to improve.
They've gotten first-round draft picks, or top 5 draft picks for the past, 5-10 years?
Well, wouldn't you want the highest one?
Yeah, but, I'd want to improve. I don't want to get the best every single year. That means your team's horrible.
Yeah, but it means in 3 or 4 years you're going to have some great prospects.
I think we're going to, with the trades that are coming up, I think we're going to get some pretty good ones. But anyway, Travis Wood picks up the win. He's now 7-7. He goes 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. He was also 2 of 5 with a home run. Anthony Rizzo went 1 for 3, a double. Castro with a fabulous game, 0 for 4 and 2 strikeouts. Castillo 1 for 3 with a home run. How about this? Pedro Strop gets the hold. The strike.
The Strop sign?
The Strop. Kevin Gregg picks up his 22nd save.
Didn't even hear it.
1 walk and 1 strikeout. Pedro Strop is now with the Cubs. He's 8-4 when he pitches. He's pitched 10.2 innings, 5 hits, 13 strikeouts. He does not have an ERA in 12 games.
Do you know what's a good nickname for him? The one you just ignored?
The what? Strop out? I heard
no,
it,
I
but
said
I was
the Strop sign.
Oh, Strop sign? That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. We can't hear you.
His mic is not on, apparently.
I don't know why your mic isn't on, but
Just put all the mics up. See what
Oh, yeah,
happens.
here we go.
there we go.
There you go.
I just turned it off.
So,
Wait, I don't
so
know.
that was on your end. You actually had the button
was his
flipped on
end.
off.
Yeah. It's usually my fault for most things.
Continuing to impress.
Pedro Strop is probably the future closer for this Cubs team.
You think so?
The rest of the
Really?
year, if Kevin Gregg gets traded,
Oh, for the rest of this year.
if Kevin Gregg does get traded, but he has been slipping
okay.
recently, so
I thought you meant like the future of this franchise.
we'll
It's
see
gonna
about
be the
that.
Strop sign. I think it's
you know what? I'd be fine with that. He beats Marmol.
as good as the Sox starting pitching did this weekend. The Cubs starting pitchers were actually even better. I didn't write down all the numbers, but I know they only allowed 2 earned runs in 20 2/3 inning pitch. I didn't do the math on that, but I think that pencils out to like a 0.6,
Something.
0.6 ERA, something like that. Kevin Gregg, 3 scoreless saves this weekend.
Just think if the Cubs had
He's
an
got a
offense.
couple more days to get traded.
He does. Just think if the Cubs had an offense, how good this team would be because of their pitching.
Well, their offense was Junior Lake for the
It
past
was.
week, and then he went 0 for 12.
0 for in the.
Back to his utility status,
I'm telling you, Brent
which is what he's
Willibridge,
going to be.
When we are continuing to do this show 5 years from now,
Yeah.
and Junior Lake is keeping his head above water in the major leagues, I'm going to tell you, Brent Willibridge,
All right.
he's going to be playing third, short, second, left, center, right, first.
Junior Lake's going to play all those positions.
Sure.
Is that what you're saying?
So Willibridge is done. Willibridge played every position except pitcher and catcher.
I don't see Junior Lake as a.
You need those guys on your
infielder.
team, though.
He was an infielder in the minors.
Just I don't know the way he looks. He doesn't look like an infielder.
What?
What?
The way he looks?
The way he's built. He's
I
got
mean, he's
speed.
bigger.
He's got plenty of
definitely
speed. He's a
bigger
big
than
guy.
than a usual infielder.
Second or third baseman.
Well,
You
I
know
think.
what I'm saying?
If you could play everywhere, I think that's very valuable to your team. It doesn't really
Which
matter.
is why I think the only reason he'll stick around will be because of his versatility. I don't think his bat is a major league bat. I don't think he has major league skills. I mean, he has a couple of them, but I mean, not enough to be a starter.
He's
I don't
proven
think.
he's almost like Mr. Puig over there in
I think
Dodgers.
Puig's a little
Ah.
bit more talented.
No way.
Well, he's not as big as Puig, but Puig was getting Puiggy with it.
Twiggy with it.
Puiggy with it.
I don't know if Junior Lake has his name's being used as a verb yet. So.
Not yet. The Lake effect. That's what I've been calling him.
Did you make that up?
No, I can't. Joe, what do you got for us in the trades?
We got some rumors flying this weekend. Big speculation right now. I'm going to throw out some Sox players and teams that have been rumored to be the most likely landing spots for these players. You got Jake Peavy going to the Red Sox. These are just rumors, by the way. None of this has happened. But Jake Peavy and the Red Sox look like a good matchup. Alex Rios and the Pirates. Jesse Crain and the Rays, and Alexi Ramirez and the St. Louis Cardinals. None of these have happened, like I said, but Bruce Levine did report this morning that the Rays and the Sox and possibly a mystery team are close on a 3-team trade that will involve Jesse Crain going to the Rays or possibly the mystery team. They haven't quite hashed it all out
Now,
yet.
I think Jake Peavy has a chance to go to the Braves because Tim Hudson just went down, but
Right.
I think he's too pricey for the Braves.
His bags are packed.
Yeah,
That's been the story this whole weekend, was that he brought like 4 suitcases on the road trip, that he cleared out everything in the clubhouse from the Sox. Like, he hugged out everyone, like, said thanks, goodbye to everyone. Like, he's just waiting.
All right.
Trade's expected today, tomorrow, or Wednesday, when the trade deadline occurs at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Which, by the way, I won't be here Wednesday or Thursday, but your Wednesday show should be quite interesting. If you have MLB trade rumors and Twitter all open,
Absolutely.
because trades will be flying.
Sam's going to be all over that.
Yeah, Sam, you better be producing the hell out of that show.
Oh, I will.
On Wednesday.
I'll bring it.
You better, because it's going to be that deadline's at 3 o'clock. You're going to see at least a half a dozen trades
They're gonna
during
be
our
flying.
show. During our show, and then right after the show ends. So when you do the Jed flashbacks at 3 to 4, I don't know, maybe break in with some baseball trades. If it's Cubs Sox, of course. But we could definitely see Sherholtz going, Alexi Ramirez going, Peavy going, Crane going, maybe Lindstrom going, hopefully Diazza going, because I'm sick of that dude.
Really?
Yeah. I was never a fan when we got him.
Yeah.
Not because I don't think he's a decent player, I just don't trust him.
All right.
I don't trust him in center. He always makes just random errors, or he'll just mental mistakes. And I don't think he's a really good leadoff hitter. He has some power, which is why I think the fact that he has like 11 home runs or 12 home runs is a detractor, because I think now he thinks, oh my gosh, I could hit 20 home runs. I could hit 25 home runs. So now he's trying to swing for home runs instead of just, looping balls down the line, stealing bases.
All right.
He's just trying to blast out of the park. And
I wish the Cubs would trade Castro. They're not going to do it, though.
No, they're not doing
it's
that.
too early. They've got so much team control over him, and he's got what?
They've invested a lot of money.
Did they
with
sign him
too.
for 6 or 7 years?
We're worth like $60-70 million too, but
Yeah.
is he really worth that money? No.
They're not going to give up on him this soon, unless Javier Baez comes knocking on the door real soon,
Right.
and they have nowhere to put either one of those guys because for whatever reason, if they're stuck on Barney at second, which all he is a glove, then we'll see. But
His glove is better than Castro's.
At least he knows how many outs there are.
Most people's gloves are better than Castro's, so that's not really saying a whole lot. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in the next couple of years, and if the Sports Jam lives on, maybe we'll talk about it then. Huh?
We shall see. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some local sports, Oilmen, Railcats, Cal Ripken leagues, Little Leagues. Talk about some
Bears in the news as well.
Some Bears, some high school football coming up, Onion Story, Siegel problem, all coming up.
Seagull problem.
Not Jason Siegel problem, not Kevin Seagal. Or Kevin Seagal? Steve Seagal?
Steven.
Steven Seagal. Coming back.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam.
Got it.
AM 1230 WJLB. Joe, what's going on with the Oilmen?
On that one. Well, I'll tell you, Mike. The Oilmen fell 6-2 to the DuPage County Hounds on Sunday, right? I'm trying to read my writing. That was last night. They have not released. That was their last game of the season, by the way. They have not released a playoff schedule yet online, but we will let you know as soon as they do.
Thank you.
Because they are in the playoffs. They clinched it last weekend, in their doubleheader when they split it. They clinched it. So now, hopefully, they're all rested up and ready to go for these playoffs. Mike, why don't you tell us about Cal Ripken or Little League or Railcats?
Let's start off with the Railcats,
All right,
shall
let's
we?
do that.
Railcats dropped second straight to the St. Paul, scored 4 runs in the 6th inning to erase a 2-1 Railcats lead Sunday afternoon as the Saints won 8-3. The loss was the second straight for the Railcats and third in their last 4 games. Steven Hiscock making his second straight start since returning after nearly 2 months on the inactive list with a sore shoulder. Allowed 5 runs in 5 1/3 innings to take the loss. The Cats used 3 pitchers, and all 3 failed to strike out any Saints batter. The Railcats took a 2-0 lead in the first inning and picked up doubles in the game from Adam Klein and Mike Massaro. The Saints scored their first run of the fifth inning and added another 4th in the 6th, with 1 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. You did the Oilmen, right? Yeah, that's right.
I sure did.
That's right, because I'm switching.
But speaking of the Railcats,
Yes, sir.
when I went to the Pierogi Fest this weekend on Friday,
Did you see Rusty?
I saw Rusty, and I took a picture, and I sent it to you, and I said imposter.
That's right, and I didn't get
That
it.
was not the Rusty we know. The Rusty we spoke to. That was an imposter.
I did see Rusty over the weekend. My Rusty, our Rusty.
The OG Rusty?
Yeah.
The OR, the original
The
Railcat?
original, right? He was walking on his both legs, yeah, on his feet. His sore knee, and he's limping around the pool table. I'm like, Rusty, what are you doing? You know, you're having surgery.
In his full costume, right?
Yeah, full costume and all at the bar. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm fine. You know, Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's just going to get worse. The more and more he
He
walks
better
on
get
it.
back out there for next season,
He will be.
because
He will.
I did not appreciate seeing that other Rusty, Rusty's little brother, Steve
His little
Railcat,
brother.
or whatever we're going to call him.
Steve.
Less Rusty.
Yeah, that's right. Valpo homers its way to state title. The Valparaiso Americans All-Stars hit 5 home runs, including 3 in a row in the second inning, to power its way to a 13-2 victory over Seymour in the 10-11 Little League State Championship on Sunday. Winning pitcher, I hope I'm pronouncing this
Give it a
right,
shot.
Ronnie Mori.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Hit 2 long balls, while Ty Gale and Will Berend, I believe, and Spencer Reed each added 1. After dropping its opening game of the tournament to Jasper, Valpo won 6 straight games, 4 of them by a 10-run rule, including both the semifinal, where it avenged its loss to Jasper, and the final. Valpo had 12 home runs over the course of its 7 games and outscored its opponents by a combined score of 79-23. Have you ever done that? In 7 games, 79-23, outscore your opponents?
No.
In softball or anything?
We won a game a few weeks ago, 35-6, maybe.
35-6. I remember that.
Yeah,
Right?
because we scored. I think we scored 22 runs in the first inning or something like that.
Yeah.
And I batted. I think I had 3 at bats in the first inning.
Nice.
It was nuts.
Local team stopped at the Ohio Valley Regionals in its quest to return to the Babe Ruth World Series after making that far. As 13-year-olds, the Cherville Shock had its season end in heartbreaking fashion when it lost to Janesville, Wisconsin, 1-0 in 12 innings during the semifinal round of Babe Ruth 14-year-old Ohio Valley Regional on Sunday in Jasper. Cherville was the number 1 seed after going undefeated in pool play and defeated number 8 seed Jasper County in the first round of a single elimination bracket.
Sure, Lou.
That's where we're from.
Yep.
That's how we roll over here. Yep. Janesville is number 4 seed, lost to number 3 seed Jasper 11-0 in the later championship. Jasper advances to the Babe Ruth 14-year-old World Series August 17th through the 24th at Moses Lake, Wisconsin. Or is that Mosses Lake, Wisconsin? You sure?
I don't know. Usually when I see tough names, I just say Smith or Jones. So Smith Lake.
Smith Lake. Oh, jeez. At the Cal Ripken 12-year-old. I don't even know what this means. OVR. What does that mean? Do you know what that means?
By the way, did you notice Sam left?
Sam did leave.
Did
I'm
he
not.
put a sign up there?
We'll get back to that later. That Cal Ripken 12-year-old championship is in Vincennes. Griffith's bid to become the 3rd region team to gain berth to the CR Major 60 World Series to be held August 9th through the 16th at the Hammond Optimus Youth Sports Complex, was spoiled with a semifinal loss against Green Bay, Wisconsin on Sunday. Green Bay later lost to South Lexington, Kentucky, 6-4 in the championship. A 5-run rally in the 6th inning lifted Somerset, Kentucky past Crown Point 7-5 in Saturday's quarterfinal round of the Babe Ruth 15-year-old in Zanesville, Ohio. Somerset later lost to Mattoon,
Smith.
Illinois. Really? In the semifinals, and Smith.
Jones for this one.
Jones.
Don't confuse the
But it's
listeners.
the
845-1100 if you know how to pronounce any of these names. Mike needs some help.
It's the same name. How does it switch from Jones? I don't know. They lost Sunday's championship 3-1 to Saginaw Valley, which advances to the Babe Ruth 15-year-old World Series August 17th through the 24th in Smith County, Virginia.
Mike had to remove his headset for a moment as he laughs. I can't believe they pay us for this now. Anyway.
You started it.
By the way, let's just let everyone know. The sign Sam left us says, in probably the worst writing I've ever seen, it says, going to bathroom, be back. And then it looks like he spelled his own name wrong. It looks like Sven. Oh, it says soon. I thought it was supposed to say Sam. Be back soon. He couldn't just go at the break. Apparently, it was an emergency. But it looks like we got a caller on the line. Let's just blindly take this, see what happens. It's probably going to be another joke call again.
Let's do that. Hey, you're on the air.
This Tonto.
Hey,
No
Tonto.
offense to you not knowing names.
I apologize for that.
It is Mattoon, Illinois.
Matu,
First
okay.
Indian tribe.
Thank you for
Ah,
that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Tonto.
Welcome, peace pipe.
Yep.
All right,
I'll
see you
do
later.
that this weekend as well.
Let's go to a
Please.
story, not a funny story at all, actually. Terrible segue right here. To a story in the NWI Times website. This was written by Steve Hanlon, and it's Region Football Coaches Ready for the Coming Heat. The full article is online. This is just some excerpts that I highlighted. The stories of high school football players practicing in 100-degree heat with a teaspoon of water offered every 6 hours are done, and have been for quite a while.
Just a teaspoon?
Just a teaspoon.
Wow.
And look, Sam's back.
Welcome back.
Here to interrupt my story. Just kidding. In the 80s, if you took a water break, people considered you soft, Portage coach Wally McCormick said. Now, if the kids are in a huddle, at least one kid has 6 water bottles around him, and we don't care. Times have changed. And no one wants to relive the summer of 2001 when Minnesota Vikings player Corey Stringer, Northwestern football player Rashidi Wheeler, and Indiana high school player Travis Stowers, a 17-year-old lineman from Clinton Central High School, also died during the early stages of football practice. McCormick's concern this coming week is that his Indians will sit in front of an air conditioner all week before practice starts. They'll open 2-a-days with 2 shifts, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then the players will go home during the hottest minutes. They'll return at 5 p.m. and have a second session while the sun is setting. Munster coach Leroy Marsh is in his 36th season leading the Mustangs. He has coached from the olden days to the current moments of red flag concern. Marsh said huge changes are coming to Indiana high school football, likely for the 2014-15 school year. The National Federation of State High School Associations in Indianapolis and the National Center for Catastrophic Sports Injury Research said that external heat stroke, Smith heat stroke, gosh, that's terrible, has resulted in the death of 35 high school players between 1995 and 2010. They estimate that the number is in the thousands of number of players who were rushed to the emergency room due to EHS. Limits are coming to team practices. How many days teams can have physical contact in full gear, how long practices can go, at least 3 or 4 hour rest periods between practices, and maybe even skipping days during the early parts of 2-a-days. Chesterton coach Mark Patterson said his Trojans will start practice at 6 a.m. Mark Peterson, by the way, said his Trojans will start practice at 6 a.m. and are done before the real heat hits. If it gets hot and the heat index rises, the players will go into a cool room and do board work. Peterson said you can never get enough board time. It's not 1960 anymore, and everyone understands this now. We will do everything we can to keep the kids safe, Peterson said. Do you guys ever have sporting practices where it was like 100 degrees out
yeah.
and just sweating like
Yeah.
crazy. Sam, how about you?
Yeah, I know for baseball it's kind of tough because, well, no, I take that back. For baseball, you can do a lot of things indoors, so it's not too bad. But for cross country, it's really tough.
See,
Because you have to run out in the heat, and there's a lot of
You
hills
guys
and
always
stuff.
used to bring like huge water bottles or have a ton of them with you or what? Gatorade?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
See, when I played baseball and I played like All-Stars for Little League or Babe Ruth, we always had practice at night under the lights where it was cooler, you know.
Right.
Never had that middle of the day.
See, we always have
o'clock.
practice in the morning,
Or,
but then
you know,
but then if you can't get the field,
right.
or for high school, it's usually after school. So when you have our practices, so it's like right in the middle of when it's hot.
Yeah.
So you get out there at 3:30, can get pretty hot.
Yeah, I remember having soccer practices. Usually they were later in the day. I think they were usually around 6. But some of those practices were in sweltering heat. But for some reason, I never liked drinking water while I was practicing simply because I always felt like I would just get bloated and I would just feel like really, I don't know, lazy because I would just be full of water.
Right.
So, I mean, it's obviously not a good idea because heat stroke is a real thing. But I would often just practice completely without water and then just at the end then drink, you know, a bottle or two.
Yeah.
But during practice, I could not stand running around and having like all the liquid sloshing around.
See, and I played tennis for a couple of years, and we'd have practice in the middle of the summer, right before our season. And we're outside on that hot pavement, and we'd have to do it in the morning because it was so. I mean, it would be 20 degrees warmer on
Right.
that pavement, and we had to do it in the
Blacktop?
morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Ridiculous.
stuff is rough. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back from this break, we will talk Onion sports story, a seagull problem at AT&T Park and what they can do to rectify that. We'll talk a little bit about Bears, and then we got some
Bears.
headlines with Sam all coming up. But right now, we'll take a look at the news on the Sports Jam.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam here on AM 1230 WJOB. We got some Bears talk.
We do.
Some Bears injuries to talk about first. Turk McBride, Bears defensive end, ruptured his Achilles tendon this morning and is done for the season. Offensive lineman Jermon Bushrod, who they just picked up from the New Orleans Saints, suffered a right calf strain earlier today. He sat out practice, should be okay, hopefully. Hopefully, Brandon Marshall took the day off, took a day of rest, quote unquote, because of his hip, and he had that
Was that
surgery.
yesterday or today?
That was today.
Oh, I was going to say yesterday.
Did you take another day off?
Oh, it was Sunday. God's day, the day of rest.
Yes, maybe it was. The article came out at noon, so
There you go.
So yeah, but Brandon Marshall, I was talking to Sam about this before the show. He's riding a Segway. Was that, I think, last week or something?
Yes.
I mean, what are you doing riding a Segway with you just had hip surgery?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Brandon Marshall, not known for his judgment.
Yeah, but our
Well, yeah,
Segway
that's
is known for being detrimental to your hips.
I don't know,
You're
but
just standing and leaning.
what if he falls and he falls on that hip?
What if he falls
You could
walking on
hurt
the
doing
street?
anything.
Yeah.
Get hurt doing anything.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think Trestman's gonna like. He's gonna like that riding around on a Segway.
I don't think he cares.
I think he does.
I don't know.
He
Trestman.
seems like a weird dude.
He does. My friend said he went to practice, and he said he wears, like, bum attire. Like, he looks like a hobo coaching.
Hey.
Trestman does?
Yeah.
If he gets the job done, I don't care what he looks like.
Like, he wears, like, Belichick-like attire, only I guess it looks worse, they said.
Does Belichick win Super Bowls?
He does.
All right. Who cares what he looks like out there?
True. This cut-off sweatshirt.
Let's talk about Trestman's camp. The first day conditioning test set the tone physically. The next couple weeks will be a test for the players mentally. Earl Bennett said it's challenging because the new stuff continues to go in, stuff we didn't even do in mini camps and OTAs. Coach Trestman continues to challenge us mentally, and we're up to the challenge. I think the Bears players, they need to buy into the system in order to succeed.
I guess my friend also, it's not a super credible source. It's my friend from Bishop Knoll, but he said that the offense seemed a lot more fluid. Like, he said that there's a lot of short passes and less, go routes.
Those three-step drops for Cutler.
Can't have that.
I think that's what he needs.
He doesn't need five step drops. Whereas where you
Five
you don't.
5 stop drops.
5 stop drops.
5 Pedro stop drops.
There we go.
I just think that the less Cutler gets hit, the better. And the less he gets
Yeah.
the quicker he gets rid of the ball and doesn't make stupid decisions, like throwing it into triple coverage like he's known for,
Right.
the better it'll be. The shorter routes. Because you don't want him just chucking the ball, which he keeps doing. And
You don't want anyone chucking the ball. You don't want anyone thrown into triple coverage.
that's what he does.
I know, but I'm just saying, obviously you don't want him to do those things.
And I think that's what Trestman's trying to do. He's trying to limit that.
As any coach would, right? Cutler has all the weapons in protection, I think, around him to succeed. He just needs to produce. He's got Alshon.
Excuses.
No more excuses. He's got Alshon Jeffrey coming back, wide receiver, who missed 6 games because of a knee injury. You got Brandon Marshall. You've got Earl Bennett.
Martellus Bennett as well, the tight end.
The tight end, right. I mean, he's got the weapons. And you got, of course, Matt Forte behind you running the ball.
This could be a dangerous offense.
It could be. It has potential, obviously. And then the offensive line, you got Kyle Long, the rookie. Practiced MMA over the offseason.
He was on. Kyle Long was on the Score this morning. I heard him interview, and he said that the schemes in the book and stuff of Trestman is pretty complicated. He said.
Yeah.
He said it's been a struggle learning all of it.
Do you think? Are you worried about Long's lack of game experience, playing only 8 games at Oregon?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he only played 8 games.
8 games?
That's all he
He's
played.
a beast, though. He's a monster.
He was saying at Oregon they were doing 14 seconds in between plays during
Yeah.
drills, which he said was just insane. And I guess Trestman is doing 16 seconds, so it's pretty close. He's
Right.
trying to get a really, really quick pace going on during practice so players get their conditioning up and, don't take any time off to drink water, I guess.
Kyle Long was dominating D linemen in the pass rush drills. I mean, he's just knocking guys to the ground. And he's got that MMA background that he has going all Anderson Silva on him. So,
Speaking of Bears, Brian Urlacher is set to join Fox Sports 1 when the new network launches next month, and that will rival ESPN, hopefully. I'll definitely be tuning in.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people who are not happy with ESPN and all the crap we get on SportsCenter, the recycled stories and shoved down our throat. Same thing over and over and over.
They talk about Tim Tebow every single day.
Exactly.
But,
so hopefully Fox Sports 1 is like the new, hip, different, listens to their audience more type dealio, and Urlacher will be represented on there.
Is he an in-studio host?
He's an analyst. He's not a host. He's going to be on their football show. Analysis. He's going to be on their football show. I think it's called Fox Sports Football or Fox Sports Live or Tonight. I don't know. Fox Football Tonight. I don't know. Whatever it's called. But it's like their NFL Live for, the new network.
Would he be a part of the NFL on Fox on Sundays?
I don't think so. I think he's just a studio guy that will just do the daily show, I guess. Kind of like probably what Matt Hasselbeck does right now.
So just NFL, no college for him?
I don't know. It's just said that he's their football guy, so he'll probably have opinions on both.
Yeah.
Also, we talked last week about Cedric Ellis and his $1 million deal, and then he retired before he even went to camp.
All right.
Well, apparently the Bears will get back 100% of that money. They fought for the bonus money. They got it. It won't all go towards this season's salary cap, but it'll be split between this year and whatever the difference is left will go on next year's.
So to make that clear, how much money does Cedric Ellis get?
He gets zero.
That's what he gets for being a cheater and
not
scamming.
cheater.
He's scamming.
Maybe not. I mean, it could have been legitimate. We don't know. I was just saying if –
I think he might. I personally think he's.
Yeah, but you would think his agent would know that that's a possibility that he wouldn't get any of that money.
Maybe
I
just.
don't know. I'm not gonna call him a scam artist. I said it could be a scam if he actually got half that money. It could be because that's an easy way to get money, but we have no idea. We're just saying things.
These are facts.
These are not facts. All right, so I got let's do my onion story real quick. This story is called Golden State Warriors Tore Up NBA Summer League, reports man who has never been so alone. While sitting at the Sportsman's Pub bar last Thursday, local man Gregory Quinn, who has never felt so lonely and isolated in his entire life, reportedly announced that the Golden State Warriors had really tore up the NBA Summer League. After going undefeated, they totally deserve the Summer League title, said the sad-looking Go Rent-A-Car employee who desperately wants to have some kind of human interactions. Ian Clark may have won the MVP, but that kid, Smith, stuck out more as a player with real potential. At press time, Quinn declared Andre Iguodala was a solid pickup while silently wondering if anyone would miss him if he died. You guys watch Summer League?
I
No,
don't.
you don't. You
I
don't.
don't.
I can answer that for you.
Sam's
You
a
don't watch
big-
it.
You're an NBA guy, right?
NBA's okay. I prefer college basketball.
See, if I do watch it, I want to watch my Indiana guys, Cody Zeller and Victor Oladipo, see how they're doing.
Oladipo.
Or the upcoming Bull guys, see what's going on with them. But yeah, I don't watch it. Do you think anybody else watches it?
Well, this guy does. Gregory Quinn from Linton, Indiana.
Is he the rent-a-car guy?
He's the Go Rent-A-Car guy who desperately wants to have some sort of human interactions.
Allegations.
Allegations? What do you mean?
By the Onion story guy.
It's fake. It's a fake person, fake story.
What if it's a real guy, though?
He's a real guy.
human because if you're watching our video thing, you can see it's a picture
It's
of
a real. I mean, it's not
And
robotic.
I was thinking about that when I printed that article off. How do they get people to agree to lend their photos to these fake, embarrassing stories?
This looks a little Photoshop, like he was put in that background. So I'm guessing.
No, but I mean, regardless, it's a real human face.
Right.
That's an actual person.
Probably just stole it from Facebook or something.
I wonder if they just
I don't know if you could do that.
I wonder if they just offer people on the street like, here's $20. Can I take a picture of you and run
Could
it
be.
with an embarrassing fake article?
When I first took a look at it, I thought it was Chris Evans, the Captain America, for a little bit, and then I thought
little
he's a
heavier
little
version.
too chubby. Yeah.
Yeah, a little heavier version of that. But yeah, I kind of wondered if these are guys who work for the Youngin who get their pictures taken and added to these stories, or if they just go around the street offering $20 for a mugshot.
I don't know.
I'd take $20.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess, but then you're really taking a chance that it's going to be a terrible story you're going to be associated with.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. All right, so now I got the Siegel story. Not Jason Segel, not Kevin Segel, who I still have no idea who
Who's
Kevin
Kevin
I
Segal?
have no idea how I came up with that name. I was looking for Steven Seagal. Said Kevin. Anyway, here's the article by. Did I write down the author's name? I forgot.
By Joe O'Rourke. That's right.
This article was on FoxSports.com. It is called "Goals Pose Problem for Giants." Something stinks at AT&T. Wow, good start. Let me restart that.
Over there.
Somebody can't read at WJOB. No, something stinks at AT&T Park, and no, it's not the San Francisco Giants pitching. A large flock of seagulls. No, not the one you're thinking of, Sam. Not those flock of seagulls.
And I ran.
Has invaded the Seaside Stadium in recent weeks, terrorizing fans and bothering players. The birds are western gulls, a species native to the Bay Area and nest primarily by nearby Alcatraz Island. Gulls regularly plunder the stadium looking for any unattended nacho plates, half-eaten hot dogs, and other leftovers, not unlike your stoner roommate from college rifling through the refrigerator at 4 a.m. Just look at it was a picture of a seagull eating a whole mess of nachos, and it says, just look at this smug little dude. He's having the best day ever. As expected, thousands of seagulls feasting on fast food leads to a whole lot of bird poop, and of course, the Gulls' favorite restroom at AT&T Park just happens to be the heads of the unsuspecting fans. Oh, and the birds are causing some serious issues for players too. Speaking to the San Jose Mercury News, shortstop Brandon Crawford notes that the Gulls' on-field acrobatics are serious distraction during games. So what can the Giants do to rid their park of these unwanted feathered friends? Turns out not very much. The Gulls are protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918. I'm sure you both are very familiar with
Absolutely.
that act. One of the oldest environmental laws on the books in the United States. Although the law protects less obnoxious and seriously endangered species such as the California condor and ivory-billed woodpecker, it also covers crows and several varieties of pigeons. The act makes it illegal to transport, breed, kill, or consume any of the 800-plus species recognized by the statute. Long story short, no, you cannot shoot the seagulls, although that might make for some interesting baseball. This leaves the Giants with two options. Pay a professional falconer $8,000 per game to legally hunt the birds, or simply let the seagulls continue on their nacho-eating, pooping-on-fan crusade. While the falconer appears to be the more awesome solution, the Giants aren't as enthused. According to the Mercury News, the team's manager of operations, Jorge Costa, believes the potential Falcon on goal carnage would prove too gruesome for many fans. So for now, the goals are here to stay. Next time you're at AT&T Park, bring a poncho and pony up next to your Seagull Seamate, but be prepared to share some of those garlic fries.
All right.
Thinking of Falconer would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take MX. What's going on?
Hello, this is Scout, Tonto's horse.
Oh, yeah? It says
Me.
MX on the...
MX Scout horse.
Oh, MX.
Hey,
oh,
talk
gotcha.
up, guys. I can't hear you.
We're waiting for you to tell us something. What you got?
You know, me ride Redskin around all over in Western days. Me once give LTK ride, end up swayback.
Oh, yeah?
Swayback back hurt. LTK heavy load, you know.
Right, yeah, of course. we know that.
Hey, you guys, you know what?
Yep. What's going on?
I want to tell you the truth. I'm going to be following Ryan Walsh. I've always followed football, but I'm too nervous to watch, and plus I got bifocals. I got to get too close to the TV.
That's a
But
problem.
Get a bigger TV?
Ryan's going to get the scores, and we're going to see what happens. What do you think of these Bears?
Well, I think they're going to be awesome this year with Tressman.
Awesome, you think?
Awesome, yes. I'm talking about a 12-4, 13-3 record.
Wow.
That's how awesome I think.
Wow.
Tressman's the guy. I think
9-7's are more realistic. Or at least that's what I think. I
Who's
also
the new
think
coach?
Mark Tressman.
So you
Go ahead.
where'd they get him from? Scoop me in on all this. I've been listening all the time.
Well, they got he's from the Canadian Football League. I'm not sure what team it was. Do you remember, Sam? What team it was?
Let's say the Argonauts.
There you
That's
go.
the only one I can think of.
I believe the Admirals. but
Admirals.
Ooh.
That's
I
right.
am not positive.
I think that's it. And he's won 2 or 3 championships up there, and the Bears picked him up, and he's doing a great job so far in camp.
Okay, which one of you guys I was working in a garage said that drank a lot of water when they played football? They didn't want to drink a lot of water because they're afraid they would get upset stomach. Who was that?
Oh, that was
Which one of
me.
you guys?
That was Joe.
Okay, Joe. Here's how it goes. When you start training, and I train lifelong, it just doesn't happen like overnight. As your body gets immune to a regiment, it's a little easier. Like they're saying, we're going to do this practice now, and we'll come back at 5,
Right.
and then we'll go back and maybe practice during the heat. But I remember back in the day when I used to train for motocross, I was so trained, but it wasn't like I did it that summer. I used to put on the heaviest sweats I could and run in 99-degree heat just to simulate what it's like during the event, which would be a football game or during a race. So when you said that kind of struck me that training, it goes on to be a lifelong thing. And I noticed the other day, I was out riding my dirt bike at a regular track, Motoland, and I lunged the motor, but come 5 o'clock Monday morning, I washed the bike off, I ordered my parts. Once you train yourself for something like football or that, and you're really serious, it never stops. The training that you've done when you were, it's something for you two to think about. The training that you do now, the running or jogging or whatever you do.
Almost nothing now.
Almost nothing. Well,
I don't know if
what?
you've seen our video feed, but it appears that I do not do much.
Well,
Except
okay,
hit
that's
bombs in
okay,
softball.
but you know what? You'll have to start it up again, and that training you do now will be with you the rest of your life, is what I'm saying. Am I making
Right.
any good sense here?
Yeah, no, I'm understanding. I also want to point out, though, when I was talking about the soccer thing, this was when I was like 10 or 12 years old.
Right.
So, I mean, I wasn't we weren't really like, in a normal regiment with this team. It was just kind of like a club league thing. But yeah, I definitely see how once you get into that routine, you kind of just, your body falls into that conditioning, right?
And it seems like it's programmed. I started probably, I think in 7th grade, I used to get beat up a lot. My uncle brought over a set of weights, and I started riding, and I started jogging. and it just became more and more. And then the endorphins, I needed that endorphin rush during the training. And I just trained myself into, at the age of 56, I've still got that respect for my body and the training. So whatever you do now is just a heads up. Maybe I'll be long gone by the time you guys are my age, 56. But what you're doing now will stay with you forever. It's almost like a biological clock in your body.
Right.
You've trained it, and it'll always be there for you. It's like Arnold, what's the guy's Arnold Schwarzenegger, the guy with all them big arms?
Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
I think he's got 2 arms, but yeah.
Yeah, I took it like a C or D in English, and then I'm bragging on myself. But I'm sure they say once you peek your arms out like Arnold did, peek out means like over 17 inches. He could probably pick up a set of weights and peek himself out again.
I think he's got 24-inch Cobras.
Right
That's what I
now?
heard. No, but I think at his peak, I think that was like his thing, 24-inch.
Yeah. And everything I've read, and and just in my own experience of training hard, I mean, I could give you my regiment. You could probably believe it. But that training, no different than going to college or any passion you got in life, will stay with you forever.
Right. All right.
So if you think that I don't know what your out is, but I stay away from the booze and the bars. But if you really have a passion to win, I don't know if a person's from what I've seen, they call it little league parents everywhere in soccer, in baseball, football, motocross, but little league parents are people who themselves did not make it and try to push their kid. And I have a disrespect for that. But if you're born with that inner fire, there's no excuses. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mean to preach to you guys.
That's fine. We got 3 minutes left. We're skipping the next break. We gotta really wrap this show up.
Can I go back to the scout? And my back still hurts from LTK. I'm sway back now from. What am I now? I'm scout.
Scout, yeah. I don't know. You'll have to give us a call tomorrow or something to throw us off again. But
well, I'll be following you guys. I want to hear about the Bears. I want to hear from Ryan. Let's hope the Bears win. Huh?
All right, cool. Absolutely. Thanks a lot for the call.
Bye.
See ya.
We got a traffic update before we go to headlines. Westbound
right.
8094 slows down significantly before Grant Street. Unknown what the situation is over there. Thanks to Larry the K for that update. Let's go to Samuel for headlines in sports.
Well, your headlines today are brought to you by Bosch dishwashers. Bosch is the quietest dishwasher brand in the U.S., and now Bosch dishwashers features a new third rack that gives you 30% more capacity compared to Bosch 2-rack models. See yours at ABT Appliances today. Well, your headlines for today: Philadelphia Eagles to retire Donovan McNabb's number 5. You have for the Milwaukee Brewers owner, Mark Atanasio
Smith,
reaches out to fans by giving anybody who shows up with a ticket to any of the final 12 home games a $10 food voucher. He does this to reward Brewers fans who have stuck with the terrible Brewers team this year, and now with the recent Ryan Braun suspension, they have to be pretty faithful.
Yeah, there's no reason to go to games anymore except to get that $10 and then dip out.
Yeah, must be so disappointing to be a Brewers fan.
Yep.
You have next, Detroit Tigers acquire closer Jose Veras from the Astros for minor leaguer outfielder Danny Vasquez and a player to be named later.
All right.
This next story is pretty funny. DJ Fluker, defensive tackle for the Chargers, learned how to swim over the weekend from Manti Te'o. Apparently, Manti Te'o held him and taught him how to swim, started with kicking.
This is such a stupid story. Keep going.
And maybe DJ Fluker could teach him some dating tips.
Absolutely. I agree. What? Why did he say that? It was hilarious.
This story is just awful. I told him drop it in the beginning, but apparently he rolled with it.
It's hilarious.
It's not. He taught someone how to swim.
And then the guy taught him.
He held a defensive tackle. Man.
He just held him in the water and said, "Swim, child," and he did.
Apparently, DJ Fluker was afraid for him to let him go. And then finally,
Is this an Onion story? What is this?
No, this was on what, CBS Sports?
CBS. This is a real story.
We had a whole weekend of sports, and that's one of our headlines.
Gosh.
Manti
Okay.
Te'o held a line. He caressed a lineman as he as he learned how to
Te'o
swim.
caresses lineman.
Jeez.
But, you know, you got some dating tips out of that, so.
At least this one's real.
Is that the last headline? No more cheater.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. We got to go.
We're going to end on that one, unfortunately. That's going to do it for us on the Sports Jam. I'm Joe Rourke, Mike Zajac, Sam Sapita, finding weird stories that I don't think we're interested in.
Do you expect anything less?
I don't at this point. All right, Jed Flashbacks coming up with Mike hosting. Sam will be reading your traffic and weather for the next hour, and I will be laughing at them both. We will see you tomorrow.
What are you doing?
At 2. What do you mean?
You gonna be doing?
I'll be producing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.